There we are. 2, 1, and... Hey, Sacramento. How is everyone? It is Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. You are listening to 97.5 FM KDEE. I am Agent Key, and we are selling Sacramento. How many of you are ready for Black Friday? How many of you look forward to Black Friday? How many of you are planning? Already you got your backpack with your juice boxes, your drinks, your chairs. You're going to sit out. I don't know where you're going to sit. How's that going to happen, though, with the COVID? I guess everybody's going to be 12 feet apart instead of 6 feet apart. Yeah, It's got to be much more distance. And I know my baby sister, she's accustomed to going out there and going at 12 midnight and staying until early in the morning. That is craziness, y'all. You know, we don't get down like that here because we are trying to be financially literate. So today's show, every show I say is always amazing, but this one in particular, because we're going to make sure you get your money right so that when the holidays are over, you don't end up in the black, so that you don't end up borrowing from Peter to pay Paul.
That's right.
So that you don't end up upside down, so that you don't end up in the hole, and that you actually have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year with some money in the bank.
That's right.
So today's show is the best budget advice before Black Friday. I have Miss Gina. I'm about to call her Richardson. It's Richardson. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. She is on the show today. I'm going to give you her bio in a second, you guys. She is just an awesome, awesome spirit, awesome person. Her energy is super high because it is just entrenched in the knowledge that she has, and it comes across with what she's going to give to us today. You're going to be excited. Go grab your pencils and papers and pens. Tell all your friends this is what you need to do to get ready so that you can have some money left over when the holidays end. And then we're going to come back and tell you, I'm going to bring you another episode to tell you how to invest it. However, let's talk about this market real quick. This real estate market, it is still the toughest thing I've ever experienced in my 16 years in real estate. How we are getting transactions closed and in escrow, only God knows. I can say it's good to be nice to people. When you have agent friends across the aisle, when you are using kind words, when you're submitting offers, when you have an agent who knows exactly what they're doing and who is a good negotiator. I know there's some people out there who are listening. You're within the sound of my voice, and you're trying to buy a property, and it's getting frustrating because you've been looking for a month or 2 months or 3 months, and you haven't gotten an accepted offer. I want to let you know you are not alone. I want to let you know that the market is tighter than it was this time last year. I want to let you know that if you have an agent who is sending you property, you're going to see the properties, you are actually making offers, and you're making strong offers. You are doing everything that you can do. You're doing your due diligence. It's just a numbers game at this point. It's almost like, and I've said it before, and I don't gamble, but this is just the analogy that I like to use. If you are at the slot machine, craps. Well, is this going to work with my analogy? What did that? I don't know how to play craps. So y'all, my engineer trying to give me he sent me another direction. I can't help him. But if you're playing the slot machine and you keep pulling that slot arm, and you've been there babysitting that slot machine for a couple of hours and you got nothing, what happens when you get up and walk away? Somebody come along, sit down in your chair and pull that arm one time, and they got your money. So
that's how I feel.
Yes. So you can't quit. You can't give up. You got to keep going. You only lose when you stop playing. Let me say that again. You only lose when you stop playing. So there could never be a better time than right now to buy real estate, with the interest rates being as low as they are. This is the time that people when someone says, how do you know it's a good time to buy real estate? When the price of money is cheap, that's when it's a good time. So right now is a good time. In September, and I've shared this stat before, September last year, there were about 3,000 properties on the market. September last year was a low inventory year. Mm-hmm. September this year, 1,500 properties on the market. Mm-hmm. So in comparison, that tells us that not only is the inventory tighter, but your odds just decreased. And I don't mean to sound like a negative Nelly, yes. Mm-hmm. But I'm just letting you know that if you get in the game, this is what you're being faced with. And so the other reason that I like to share this information is because the agent who's representing you, if they are working hard for you, they deserve that commission. They deserve for you to hang in there with them. We just closed on a buyer yesterday that literally has been looking for 6 months, you guys. And I don't know how many offers we've made, maybe 30 plus offers, seen almost 60 houses. And they were in escrow one time and it fell out because the house was, pretty bad and the seller didn't want to make the repairs. But they got right back up on the horse and got back in escrow like 2 weeks later. And we just closed on them yesterday. And they are so elated. They are so ecstatic. There's nothing like it. And they're able to take advantage of the low interest rate because they didn't give up. So sharing that information with you to say, stick with your agent. If they are doing their due diligence, that's all that they can do. And I do have a few tips for you, though, with making strong offers. This is not the market for you to ask the seller for closing costs. You really need to save up money for your own closing costs, or see if you qualify for down payment and closing cost assistance programs. If you do ask the seller for closing costs, you will want to cushion your offer so that you are, in essence, financing your own closing costs. But if you cushion that offer, you have to be forewarned that the house will have to come back and appraise at the amount at which you've just increased the offer for. So it really is best for you to have as much skin in the game on your own so that you don't have to ask the seller for anything. So think with that mindset. If you are submitting an offer in this market and you're asking for something, there are 10 other people who ain't. So you got to figure out, how can you position yourself as a buyer when you have your agent write that offer on your behalf where you're not asking for too much. Okay, so that's a major tip. I can't go into much more detail about that for fear that y'all might learn my secrets and then y'all be coming up against me and my buyers and we trying to compete. So if you want me to represent you, no, I'm joking. But for real, just think along those terms, that you want to have as much skin in the game as possible when you're competing against other buyers. Okay. So I kind of ran into the studio today and had to get ready because the traffic on 80 is a mess. I think a diesel's on fire or something. And so if you're headed towards 80 right now, you want to be careful because if you are in a hurry, you want to go in another direction. I think it literally had me like 30 minutes away from the studio when I was just like around the corner from Arden.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, okay. So let's move on. Before we go to the break, I want to introduce my guest. And I just want to say that I was looking around Instagram.
Okay.
Yes.
Look at good old Instagram.
I was searching Instagram, looking to see who locally is really bringing the information.
Okay.
Who's really bringing the content to the community that is not fluff, that's not full of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
It's not propaganda.
Mm-hmm.
It's really teaching. It's timely, and you can tell that their heart is in the information. And so I searched a few pages and I came across the Mindfully Rich podcast, you all. Mindfully Rich podcast. And it's mindfully_rich_podcast on Instagram. And you can find Miss Gina R. Richardson.
Mm-hmm.
She's a certified financial expert, the resilience speaker, the creator, and the host of Mindfully Rich podcast. She is your millennial credit guru expert.
That's
I'm about to
right.
change it up, girl.
That's okay.
With 14 years of financial industry experience and a robust portfolio of speaking engagements, Gina has executed hundreds.
300 over, but who's counting?
I'm looking at her like, girl, she don't look a day over 21. Y'all know how that black girl's act. Okay. Hundreds of speaking engagements and educated thousands of people on reimagining their finances. I love that. I love that term. That's how we view money and making us look at it differently.
That's right.
Yeah. Should she be over there?
She really should.
Pull that mic towards you.
Yeah.
Oh, so shoot, she was trying to set up.
Oh no, it's okay. Move over here some more. That's cool.
So should she?
A little bit.
Well, wait a minute.
No, that's right. No, if she get right there, she's still perfect.
Oh, I'm still perfect. Okay, cool.
No, you gotta come to the back.
Yeah.
Now you went back the other way.
There we go.
Okay, y'all.
Let me fix it.
Look, we reimagining her position in the studio.
That's
right.
Getting it together.
So Gina uses real life and storytelling to not only aid others in becoming financially stable, but she also speaks life and inspires a new perspective that encourages her audience to gain resilience through personal leadership over their life. Gina spent time cultivating her public speaking skills as an on-air radio personality, broadcasting on a central hip-hop and R&B platform in Panama City, Florida State. Oh, I'm sorry, Panama City, Florida State in iHeartRadio. And currently, as I said, you can find Gina inspiring and motivating others through her voice as a public speaker. Oh, in her big girl job as a financial educator at Safe Credit Union here in Sacramento. And also on her platform, Mindfully Rich podcast, available on all podcast streaming services. You guys got to check it out. The information there, it is limitless and it goes on. There's a lot. I didn't realize she'd been around for over a year now.
So for Mindfully Rich podcast, I started it in March, right before the pandemic. March 9th is when I started it.
So not even a full year.
Not even
But she's very consistent. There's so much information there. So much information. Gina is also a proud member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated.
That's right.
And sits on the Black Chamber of Commerce's Young Leadership Collaborative Committee. She was born and raised in Chicago, Illinois, and she holds a Bachelor of Science degree in Human Resource Management and a certification in financial education. I'm so impressed.
All right.
I'm so excited.
Thank
you guys,
you.
This is just amazing information that we're going to get today. When we come back from the break, you're going to hear from Miss Gina and get some nuggets that she brings on a regular basis to the Mindfully Rich podcast. You are going to learn the best budget advice before Black Friday. When we come back, you're listening to 97.5 FM KDEE.
Key, can you put this over there? I wanted to be able to, be able to see both of us.
What would you like it to be?
Can it be on your computer screen? So like
like this?
Yeah, so that way I can see both.
What happened?
She might have to scoot this way a little bit.
Oh, so okay.
I just about got it. I'm close. But
Scoot over.
No, you're perfect right there.
Okay.
So she's perfect right there? Okay.
I just wanted to, I want my phone to be able to get both of us too.
No, you're okay, but you
So
got
what's the best way?
I don't want them to miss it.
Okay.
Right?
Cool.
So I was testing you when you were talking earlier.
How far
okay.
back would you like this to be?
Maybe right. See if it'll go right here on this blue thing right here. If we can do it right there, if it'll get both you and I. Because I'm trying to get it to get both of us instead of just me.
Oh, look like the same.
I'm trying to see. Is it getting us?
I think we're gonna have to put it like back here.
Really?
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know where it's gonna go back. I'm just holding.
I just put it back right here. I'm sorry. I wanted it to get both of us.
Okay.
I was like,
Look, you have the same issue I'm having with this.
We're trying to
we'd
figure
have
it
to
out.
have it. Oh.
Will that work? But see, I'm gonna be over here.
What if you slid that way a little bit?
Well,
Can you slide? Yeah. Can you come over here a little bit more?
I'm asking.
Yeah.
I
Of course,
can.
of course.
I'm just trying to.
To see. And
Yes,
we
we
want
can.
whatever works for you too.
But it's got to be her first, actually.
Yeah, right. All of course.
If I said it here,
I'm still not getting you. It's okay, Key. It's fine.
hold on 1 second. Let me see something here.
Because I want to make sure that you're getting what you need for your broadcast.
Oh shoot! I was wondering where the.
Yeah, I just put it back right here because it's still not getting both of us.
Yeah, you know what? Oh shoot! If we had a tripod.
You know what? Next time we'll do tripod. I won't worry about it because you got what you need, and I'll just copy what you have. So it's cool. I'll just sit it right here.
People see you.
Yeah. So
if I get in too close, they're gonna be hollering.
That's true.
Corona.
You right. Nah, you see what he's doing?
Corona.
That's right. We together in here, okay? Corona free.
Oh God.
Your mic.
So this is good though for.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
you can hear her?
Yeah, especially when she kind of stays right where she is.
Okay.
And then she starts doing this.
Okay. So then that
Hear her,
means.
but it doesn't sound good. No, she's okay where she's now.
Okay.
I'm just thinking because in my head before the change, I had the chair for the guest right here, kind of in the middle. But that means now I need to have it more that way to be closer to the mic. I'm just trying to make a mental note.
No, you're right.
Okay. So I don't see the comments on here.
So what you're saying, we're live in a Technicolor now?
Hey.
You can take phone calls.
Oh, shut the back door. Really? Awesome sauce.
Same theory. Yeah, okay, yeah, we good.
Hey, Mr. Hannibal.
Thanks, sir.
Do we got everybody?
Okay, bro.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, bro. I ain't coming in tomorrow, man. You gonna put my program in?
Hey, you guys, we're
For tomorrow?
back.
I ain't going.
If y'all watching, let us know. Say something. Trying to see the people come in. Hey everyone, we're back. You're listening to 97.5 FM KDEE. I am Agent Key and we are selling Sacramento. And on today's show, we have the best budget advice before Black Friday with Miss Gina Richardson of the Mindfully Rich podcast.
Hi, everyone.
How are you doing, Miss Gina?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm excellent, outstanding.
All
So
right.
we're excited that you're here today.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate you reaching out.
You are so welcome.
I was like so excited. I told my unofficial managers, my fine friends, as I call them, we were just had a discussion like, this is so good. You know, this is the exposure that I would like to get out. And of course, I wanted to speak with someone like yourself. I mean,
well, you
I had to
have
do
all
some
the
research on YouTube.
information. Did you? Did
Mhm.
you? What happens when you Google me? What did you find?
I
I'm
didn't Google.
interested.
I just went to Instagram.
Oh,
Because I know Google was going to probably take me down a rabbit hole
yes.
of a lot of information. So I just went to Instagram and just went from there just to see who you were, what it is that you do in the community, and what your show was about.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Well, I'm glad that you accepted.
Of course.
The way that your information is presented, you look like you've been doing this forever.
I know.
So whatever you're doing, you need to
For-
keep doing it.
Yeah, 14 years. I am a baby. I'm 35, but I've been in this industry for 14 years.
Wow.
And so, and
That's
I
a
love
long
it.
time.
It's a long time. I'm old and young at the same time.
Well,
it
yeah, I
feels
was
like.
going to say to be, so first of all, 35 is not old, but
Mhm.
can we
No.
just say
I don't
that?
think it's old.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm old in the industry.
Yeah, that's
I'm
part.
old
That's
in the
the
industry,
part.
which is
You
weird.
have a lot of time
Mhm.
in that type of industry to
Yes.
be so young.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that's super beneficial.
And it's not the norm that you would see of, I'm going to say, younger women,
Right.
and also Black women,
Right. Yeah.
in the financial industry. So that's
Right.
something that I'm very proud
That
of.
makes you stand out.
Mhm.
That's why you stood out, girl.
That's right.
Like, look
It
at
was like,
this.
pick me. That was my profile right there. Pick me.
Yes, and I did, and I'm glad I did. Tell us about your podcast, how you got started, how you started in the industry, and how it
Yeah.
ended up as a podcast.
Oh, wow. So how I started in the industry, 14 years ago, I was living in Panama City, Florida. I was a military spouse. And so I went into a credit union to open up an account, and I wasn't able to get that account. So if I bag this up just a little bit, when I was contemplating, when I wasn't able to get that account, the person didn't give me the information. It took me back to my childhood where I grew up in a more month than money type of household.
Mhm.
And so I never knew the things about money that I felt like I should know, how to
Mhm.
save, what an account does, how to keep up a checking account, or, you know, anything regarding finances. So when that girl, when she didn't give me the reasons why I couldn't open that account, I said, bet. I'm going back. I'm
Mm.
going to work here at this same place,
Hmm.
and I'm going to be a difference to everybody. Just because I had already had those thoughts, I didn't know these things about finances. And of course, I'm in Panama City, Florida. I was a Black girl. I was young at the time. And I just thought, It could have been racism. It could have been, or it just could have been that person just didn't want to help.
Right.
I just knew I wanted to be the difference I wanted to see,
Right.
which is to be able to help people who look not only like myself, but everyone be able to do the thing that I was trying to do, which was open an account. So that's how that started. I started as a teller. I was there 2 months and they said, we got to put you at a desk. And I moved up to being a loan officer. I've been an assistant branch manager. I've done disputes with credit. I was also an underwriter. That was here out here in Sacramento. I got a chance to do that for one of the top 5 credit unions in the U.S. And so I did that to being the financial educator that I am today. So I have a well-rounded experience in the financial industry doing multiple jobs, which has led me to where I'm at. And I love it because I get a chance to give people firsthand advice and also insight because I was in those roles. And so I know what that looks like. I've done the work.
See, that is one of the things that stood out about you for me. So many of these, and I was going to say, I'm not trying to throw shade, but yes, I am. So many of these social influencers are overnight experts.
I do this now. And it's just like,
but you was just at Taco Bell last week. How you all of a sudden flipping houses? How can I be down?
Correct.
But you have the history and the experience behind you.
Correct.
And even though I'm kind of making light of what I call the overnight influencer phenomena, they need to learn from this.
Correct. And
you paid your dues.
You gotta crawl before you walk.
Yeah, because you got to be able to rightfully bring this information back and divide it so that people can understand it and that it is actually effective and helpful.
Yes. And how the podcast was birthed, I wanted to go back to what it is that you just said. I'm very step back. Like I know this like the back of my hand. I know that I've done the work, but sometimes I'm not as eager to want to get to the forefront to tell everyone, I know this. I should, you should listen to me because of this. Do I feel that I should be more influential? Probably, but I don't market myself in that way.
Right.
I truly, on my podcast, for those who listen, I truly just say, I do this. It's not for money or anything. It's truly to help people because this is information, especially the financial industry. A lot of people don't understand what it is that they need to know, whether it's budgeting, whether it's credit, purchasing a house, estate planning, things of that sort. Those are things that people normally don't know about. And I truly just do it just so that I can help others. And so my friend circle, they have helped me when it came, to March. This has been an idea that I've had for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And finally, we have what's called the meeting of the minds. And we were in our meeting of the minds and they said, Gina, you got to do it. And one day I just popped up and told them I did it. And I started my podcast. I do everything on my phone.
Wow.
On my phone. I sit in my room, on my bed, like Brandy, sitting up in my room, on my bed. I'm on my bed. I make my notes and then I just go. That's it.
I got to say also, you have the most infectious laugh.
Thank you.
You guys, if you listen to her podcast, she starts laughing and she laughs at herself. It's just it just is intriguing and it pulls you in. And then you just feel like you're talking to one of your sister girls and listening to her chat with you.
I just, I want everybody to feel, because Wendy Williams says it all the time, friend in my head.
Yeah.
I want everyone to look at it and say, oh, this is my friend in my head. So even if they don't know me, I want them to feel like they do, because I like to make money sound human,
right?
And the situations, and because I'm a storyteller, like my favorite comedian is Dave Chappelle.
Oh my God, mine too.
Love Dave, right?
Mine too.
Because he's a storyteller, and so I've adapted that unknowingly, not knowing why I loved him so much, and saying that's what I do. When I talk about money, I talk about how I messed up with it, how I succeeded at it, how people around me, just because I've been doing this so long, I've touched so many people, I have seen so many different scenarios. And I don't want everyone to have to feel like they have to learn their lessons the hard way.
Right.
You know how you give someone information and you're telling them this is how you do it, but they're just like, I gotta go make sure that the fire is hot myself. You don't want everybody to learn it that way. Right. And so I want to be that light that's able to give that information, and hopefully from the warmingness of me, they'll feel like, oh, okay, I'll listen to this.
Let's jump right into the fire that you just spoke of.
Yes.
What does a healthy, debt-free life look like?
That's a great question. When I saw that, I was like, I got to do an episode on this. Like, I love this. And so to me, only going into debt when you need to go into debt is a healthy debt-free life. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be in any type of debt just because we know that there are healthier debts. Having a home, transportation. For those of us that don't got all the money, of course, we're not going to be able to just go to the lot and purchase. Now, there are some cars that you can purchase like that. Like back in the day, I remember growing up, they'll say, save $5,000, go get one of those cars, or $2,000, little hoopty car, something like that. But, you know, say you want something that's going to be a little bit more expensive than that and reliable. And so that way you're not having to do so many maintenance updates and things of that sort. You're going to have to take out a loan probably to get that. So I believe taking out loans, taking out debt when you need it, that's healthy debt. And that's good debt. Just because a lot of people have that. And it's something because social media can play a whole different picture of what debt looks like. People will hear not what debt looks like. They won't know that people are in debt when they really are. They'll say such and such bought a car. And it's just like, you finance a car. Let's correct that, because I'm pretty sure you didn't purchase said Maserati, said Benz, said whatever car, insert car of choice, Tesla, whatever. You didn't purchase that in cash. You got you finance that vehicle or you lease that vehicle. And lots of people don't know that back industry of it. And that's experience I didn't even put down. I worked at a car dealership as well. And I got a chance to see. Also, as an underwriter here in California, I underwrote for celebrities as well. And you get a chance to see just what people are doing. But you know, behind the fence, you know, behind the cloth, you know, like the Wizard of Oz, people are thinking people are just purchasing these things full out, and they're not. And they're not. And
they're financing and they're leasing.
Correct. And also, if we're talking about healthy debt, people take out debt for student loans. Although I can't stand student loans. I think that student loans is the devil.
They're the devil.
But I look at the other side of that. We had to get the education. Did we have to get it that way? Did they trick us in some ways? Yes, they did. You know, they did. But that's the reason why now I like to educate those on getting all the grants and scholarships and things that you can get before you go into those types of debt. So that can be healthy.
You have an episode on that?
Not yet.
I
talked about student loans, but not like that. I will. I'll let you know about that. And so there are healthier debts. And say you need, let's think about it. When people have houses and they have to do repairs for their houses, they need this debt. They need whatever the money it is that they're getting to pay for their life, for the thing that they need, not just something that's going to just be frivolous, things like that. That's healthy debt. Taking out debt only when you need it. You know, credit,
and for a house, it's also an asset.
It's an investment. That's gonna that's gonna gain you money in the end. And so those are healthy types of debt.
Okay. Well, let's talk now about the dangers of being in debt.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So that's a great point. And this is the thing, this is the tea that people don't like to spill and don't like to talk about, and it's repayment. Yes, I want to spill that tea, because when you run up a credit card because you just think, this is, as an underwriter, we look at that when we see someone who has run up their credit card to the limit, you're using it as extra money. You're not balancing whatever the money it is in your budget. And so when you do that, people don't look at that as money that they have to pay back. You got to pay it back. And so you have to make plans for that. And so that's the reason why I say only go into debt when you need to. So that way you can come up with a good plan of repayment for whatever that debt is that you're taking out.
Okay. And I know this is not a show about credit, and we want to get into how to help people avoid getting into debt for the holidays. But can you talk just a little bit about when you are overextending yourself on your credit? And the ramifications of what you look like on paper.
Okay. Great question. And so there's a misconceptions about credit cards that a lot of people aren't aware of. There's something called the 30% rule. And so with credit cards, people will say, I'm going to use this to start my credit. Great. But you can't go over 30% usage on that card and from month to month. So what that looks like is if you have $1,000 credit card, you use $300 or more, and that balance sit month after month after month, your credit is now stagnant and going to go down. You have to either pay that off. You have to pay it off completely or be under that 30%.
So you don't want to spend any more than 30% of what your credit card allows. And then when you do spend it, you want to pay that off month by month before it's due. So that you're now building your credit score in a better way. You're looking better on paper.
And that will make you look better, because when people have these credit cards and maxed out, but they're applying for another credit card. We know inside all you're doing with this is going to max it out as well.
Mm-hmm.
We also don't like to see too many loans. When I'm saying too many loans, just if you have personal loan after personal loan, and what a personal loan is, if you go to any financial institution and say, hey, I need to borrow 1,000, 5,000, 10, 20, and you have a bunch of those different loans there, that's showing that you are over exceeding yourself, because we look at what's called your debt compared to your income. And so that's something that a lot of people, they aren't aware of. And just making sure that you're looking at the debts before you take them out. You're looking at what it is that you can do in your budgetary situation, how much money you have coming in and how much money you have going out first before you're taking on debt, because maybe you can decrease everything you got going out before even taking out a loan.
That's excellent. And you just mentioned the magic word budget. So we're going to transition into what are the most common financial mistakes people make around the holidays.
Yes. And so they don't have a holiday budget. They don't. They just pop up. It's Christmas. It's New Year's. It's Thanksgiving. I'm just going to go out and just start spending. And that's what they do. And it's just like, how are you doing that? I've done it before, but I know what it looks like when I prepare myself. Think about anything in life. When we prepare ourselves first, if we are going to a destination and we don't know where we're going, we don't just drive around until we find it. We first, I mean, back in the day we did. Let's be honest, we did. Okay. It took a long time, right? You know, but now we have GPS systems. Now we have things in place. We have information in place that tells us prepare first. So you have to plan what the holiday is going to look like for you. Am I purchasing gifts? Am I purchasing food? You know, how many people are going to be at my gathering? How many gifts do I need to get? And you need to look at that first, and then honestly look and see, again, how much money do I have coming in and how much money do I have going out? Are my bills going to be paid? Am I going to be straight after the holiday season? Because a lot of people like to front that they can do stuff that's bigger than what their budgets are. They don't have the money for it, but they're trying to show face.
So this is not something that you should start thinking about when December comes. Earlier, it sounds like the earlier you think about it, the better off your plan might be able to execute.
Correct. You think about these things early. So like for me, the holiday season, I look at, because of the pandemic, I look at the holiday season in a total different way. I would love to just spend the holiday season with the people around me and just love on them. Gifts don't matter to me. I'm not a gift person. Gifts is not my love language. You know, but if I get a gift, that's cute. You know, but my love language is quality time. And so I'm not that one. But there are people who will be buying gifts. If you are purchasing gifts, make limits, you know, make it fun, do something creative. I always like to say, if you're that person that, I don't know how many siblings, you know, you have or anything like that. If you're purchasing gifts for mom, dad, sister, brother, auntie, nieces, nephews, that's a lot of gifts. Okay. And sometimes we feel pressure to do that because that was the culture that we grew up in.
So can you give the listening audience and our viewers on social media permission to not have to buy everybody a gift?
No, you don't have to buy everybody a gift. Matter of fact, don't buy everybody a gift. Everybody don't deserve a gift. Give some of them people hugs, okay? And
COVID hugs. Yes, you meant a COVID hug.
Virtual hugs, virtual COVID hugs. You know,
safety distance.
Social distance hugs, but also come up with ideas that can make it fun. Secret Santa. That's such a great idea. If everybody pull names, and then this is the person you get a gift for.
So you don't have to buy gifts for everybody, but you spread the
so
idea
everyone is just purchasing one gift instead of you trying to buy 6, 7, or 5, or however many it is. Do a Secret Santa. There's also White Elephant. If you're doing this with like a friend group or a work group or someone else, look up White Elephant on Google. It's one of the funnest games that I've ever played.
We normally do that actually at my house. I usually make gumbo, and Christmas Eve we do the White Elephant gift exchange, and all my family comes over. But we can't do that this year, and a lot of us have moved out of town. So what we did over the weekend, I put my siblings' names in a box. And I pulled the names and I assigned everyone a person.
There you go.
And so what we're going to do, they know who they got, because I did the video. I said, this is who you have. So we each have to buy a gift for each other, whoever name got pulled.
But y'all don't know who else you don't know who has your name.
Oh yeah, we do. I showed on video.
Okay. So everybody knows who's buying them a gift.
And the idea is just go order it through Amazon or something, have it sent to their house, and then we will get on a Zoom call on Christmas Eve and I'll open the gifts at the same time.
You want to know what? Something else that's really good. I love that idea what y'all did. Elfster. Did y'all use Elfster to start picking your? Oh, it's so cool. So secretsanta.com and elfster.com.
Okay.
Look at those two sites. I know, here you go.
Let me write this down.
Those are good places. So if you have a pool of people
Uh-huh.
and you're purchasing gifts, they can go on, say, like Amazon. They can select the things that they're looking for. So you get a chance to see. So you're not trying to guess, what should I get them? You know,
well, I did give a parameter. I said we can't go over $25.
I like that.
So that
Good
was
limit.
me budgeting.
Very
See,
good.
I was
Very
trying to make
good.
sure I didn't over.
You're doing
Hey,
it. I
y'all.
love it. Yes, that's a good limit because I mean, really, it's
Right.
like think about all of the gift exchanges that you've been to,
Right.
and think of those gifts that you probably have regifted or they're still just sitting there,
Right.
not in use.
On top of the refrigerator. Girl.
Correct.
Still
Correct.
in the box.
Correct. So spend less, find ways to spend less money and have to purchase less gifts. That's something that's good. So like what you and your family are doing, that's great.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
So you guys, I think a really important point that I'm hearing is the gift part, you know, trying to impress somebody. I mean, it's time out for all that.
Correct.
I think if COVID has taught us anything,
Oh my goodness.
right?
Lots of people are in different financial situations now too. I don't know what that financial makeup looks like in your household. Did someone lose their job?
Right.
Did they lose hours? Are they still where they were at as stable? Because are we truly really stable? I mean, COVID has taught us
nothing is
never.
guaranteed.
Right. And so you want to make sure that you are looking at what your everyday living looks like and what is the amount of money that you're able to put aside for the holiday season. If you're able to do it, do it. But if you can't, time out for that, like you said.
Right. I'm going to ask you one more question before we take a break, and then we can come back and finish.
Yeah.
What are some steps that we can take to ensure a debt-free holiday? And so one, you said budgeting.
Yes, I said budget. Make your list, check it twice, you know, like Santa said, make your list and have those limits down. Like you said, with you and your family, y'all have a $25 limit. I hope y'all listening. Y'all have either 25, 20, something along those lines. Make it fun.
Right.
You know, use those sites, Secret Santa or Elfster, so you could tell them, look for gifts that look like this. So that way you can have an idea of what it is that person would like to
I love
get.
that. You guys, I'm going to put those links on my page.
Yeah.
Also, so if you go to my website, agentkey.com, I meant to share the stats. If you click on the top, it says marketing stats for October at agentkey.com. You can get the stats for the month of October for Sacramento County. And I have a link on the page also for Selling Sacramento. So I will put these links under today's episode on that page so that you guys can use that. secretsanta.com and elfster.com.
Yes, and the next site is blackfriday.com.
Oh.
Once you know what it is that you need to get, don't go to blackfriday.com if you don't already have like a list of things that you want to get. Okay. Because what happens is Black Friday is different this year. We're not going in the store. Some people can. I'm not. You don't even have to do that. You can go online on my IG page and Facebook page. I just put down when shopping starts for my top 4 stores. So my top 4 stores are Walmart. Walmart, I believe. I just got to look at it.
I saw that video that you did about Walmart being your favorite.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite.
I would be so scared.
Okay, so I'm gonna talk about that in a second. Yes, so I started Black Friday. I'm an OG in the Black Friday game. Okay, back in the day when it used to start on Friday early in the morning, 2003 is when I first began. It was so much fun. You get so many deals, and so Walmart has always been my OG store. On my IG page, I put wide, like people with kids, little trinkets that you can get there. Their Black Friday deals start today.
Okay,
and so checking out when the deals start for the stores that you want to go to. And like I said, top 4 stores I have on my IG page.
We're going to come back and let you tell us what your top 4 stores are. We're going to take a break. You guys are listening to Selling Sacramento on 97.5 FM KDEE, and we'll be right back. Oh my gosh. I would be so afraid to go into Walmart.
I love Walmart. Oh my goodness.
When I heard that Walmart was your store, I'm like, what Walmart are we talking about?
See, I like to go to maybe the bougier Walmarts because it's not as many people there.
Is it the hidden Walmart, the one off Bruceville?
It's all of, let me tell you what, I go to a couple of years ago when Rockland had just opened, the one by that movie theater, Studio Movie Grill.
Oh, there's a Walmart over there?
Yes. So you have to
So
find.
it is a bougie Walmart.
Yes, you have to find the Walmart. You don't want to go to your hood Walmarts and all the ones that people gonna be
I'm
at.
just thinking, have you been to the Florin Road Walmart?
I've never been to that one. Girl, no, I would even.
If you want, so honestly, I haven't been there in a long time, but the last time I was there, I parked. A guy walked up to me so this is how long. He walked up to me to try to sell me some CDs.
Oh wow!
And another guy wanted to clean my windows.
Mm-hmm.
I witnessed a fight. They weren't in the store; they were outside the store, and they weren't boxing, but they were.
No, I get it.
And I was like, oh.
Yeah, I go to the Walmarts that's ducked off somewhere.
Yes.
Y'all, ain't nobody thinking about going to these Walmarts. But back in the day, I'm going to be honest, when I was in Chicago, we started off going to, the Walmarts. Yes. Okay. And it was still good. We had a good time. I like entertainment. Okay.
So you go to have fun. You go with the positive attitude.
Yes.
So my problem is that I'm not a shopper to begin with. Have a good Thanksgiving.
And I also have a list of everything that I'm getting. So at that time, my ex-husband and I, we would split up. I'm getting this, you getting this, and we would go get the things that we need to get. And that's how we continued that. I'm divorced now, but that's what I would do. And now in my Black Friday shopping days, I have my list of whatever it is that I need to get for me and my kids. Now, my kids, starting 2 years ago, they don't get gifts anymore. Okay. Right? No gifts. We do experiences. But I have a list.
So you gotta talk about that too.
Yeah, I sure can.
Okay. Let me see if we got some questions in here.
Yes, I sure am. Let's do it.
We got
let's go.
Annabelle. Sharisha. Am I saying that right? Sharisha?
Sharisha.
She said, I'm here. Rochelle, hey, honey. She said, I'm ready to get these tips. Erica. Hey, Miss Erica. Girl, hi Linda. Happy Thanksgiving.
Hi everyone. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Yes. It's Sharita. Yes, girl.
Yes. I love me a good yes.
Mm-hmm. She said, yes, she does. I should have been keeping up on the real information. That's right, Lori. That's true budget. Mm-hmm. Hello, Mama. See, you was trying to call me while I was going on the radio. Virtual hug. Yep.
Yes, virtual hug.
She said, I love Elster. Great virtual shopping tips. Thank you, ladies. Thank you all for tuning in. We're about to come right back. I hear the music. I felt it. Oh, my goodness. I don't know what kind of material this is, but I'm trying to keep up on my... Thank you. Tell me if my...
No, you're fine.
Hey, everyone. We're back. You're listening to 97.5 FM KDEE. I am Agent Key. We are selling Sacramento, and we have Miss Gina Richardson. I almost called her... Budgetnista.
Yeah, I know she's there. I know, yeah.
Budgetnista is out there. She's a Sacramento Budgetnista until she go worldwide.
That's right.
She's headed that way. She's headed that way. And I want you all to make sure that you check her out on the Mindfully Rich podcast on Instagram.
Yes.
And tell us all of the places, all of the platforms where we can see and hear you.
Yes. And so I'm on IG at mindfully_rich_podcast. I'm on Facebook as Mindfully Rich Podcast. Y'all give me some time with Facebook. Facebook is one of those places where I'm trying to get better at. Okay. So it's there, but at mindfully_rich_podcast on IG is where all of the information is normally shared. You can check out and listen to Mindfully Rich Podcast on all streaming platforms. Yeah. It's like literally on everything.
Yeah. I listen to you on, what is my little green guy? Spotify.
Yes. I have Spotify, Apple Music, and iHeart are my top 3. But someone just let me know you're on Amazon. I was like, what? I was like, that's a thing. I had no clue. So it's located everywhere. So you could check me out there. All of the episodes are there. I have 36 total episodes so far. Yeah. Go all back, check them out. I mean, all of them are good information, entertaining. I normally have a good time just by myself. So yeah.
And is there such a thing as what do they call it when people binging?
Yeah.
Can you binge the podcast?
You sure can.
Y'all need to go binge her podcast this Thanksgiving. And if you do that, it will probably help you.
That's right.
To save money. So let's get back into this whole.
Yes. And it'll get you
from Black Friday.
Yes. And it'll also, the binging, what you said, it gets you in a mindset of wanting to do better. That's just like with your podcast. It gets you into a mindset of, I'm going to buy a house. I feel like I can do it.
Yes.
It motivates you. But with talking about the holidays, we were just talking about off air. I like to create memories now. So 2 years ago, Rich is a part of my last name. So I always call my kids the Rich Kids. They have everything that they need and want.
Yeah.
Like they are, because they're now loved through a co-parenting household. I don't know if y'all ever felt like that for any of my moms out there. You ever felt like you competing with dad? Like dad bought this. Oh, well, I'm buying 3 Xboxes then. You want to just, it gets like that sometime. And so because my kids have everything they need, we create memories now. I don't like to overdo it with shopping for them and gifts and things of sort, because they get gifts throughout the year. They get the things that they want because they work hard, and we get them things during that time.
Yeah.
So I create memories. We'll go somewhere. We went down to Hollywood. I can't think of the name of the place for nothing. The amusement park down in LA. Hollywood Studios. Universal Studios. Went to Universal Studios. And so now when I'm talking about my holiday budget, it's my budget for our trip to create a memory.
That is so nice.
So that's what we do instead of purchasing gifts and things of that sort. So we'll be away for whatever holiday time when I have them for the holidays.
Now, I love that idea. And just to put it in perspective for people, to create a memory doesn't mean that you have to go to Universal Studios.
We also went ice skating. That was something I'm a skater. I'm from Chicago, so I love roller skating. Okay, so I like throw that out there.
Okay. Oh wait, I saw it on your Instagram.
Yes.
Girl, you get down.
Yes, I do.
She does.
Okay.
Look, I'm not getting excited. She got some serious moves, y'all. She got them viral Instagram.
I'm good on the skates. Yes, I'm good on the skates. I'm good on the 4 wheels. And so we also have created those memories around the town. We can do like a scavenger hunt, walk downtown, go ice skating. You create what that memory looks like. It's just that year just happened to be, let's go down there because we had to get away. I had lost my mom that year. And so that was something for us to just take our mind off of it. But we also create memories here in Sacramento as well by finding something for us to do.
Yeah, I love those alternatives. And it goes back to the basics of what really matters, what life is really all about, what's really most important. And it ain't money.
And defining, and people don't know that they can do that. You just mentioned something so great. Money is, of course, we need it for our lives to fund our lifestyles and things of that sort. But what does the holiday season mean to you? To me, it doesn't mean spending a lot of money, going and being so exhausted and anxiety from all the gifts I need to purchase or what's right and what's wrong. It's all about creating those memories, spending time and loving on the people that I love. Just because if anything, I mean, I knew it before this, but the pandemic has definitely taught me, love the people that you have in front of you right now, because you never know. Correct. Yep. You never know. So that's what it means to me. So if y'all are in that position, don't feel stressed. I've had Christmases before. Back in the day, I was in a single parent household. I've had Christmases where I didn't have anything.
Right. Yeah.
And so I learned that early. I'm a Capricorn, so I always feel like, I'm just very resilient anyway. But because I've had that before, I know that spending money isn't the biggest thing that I need to do during the holiday season. Right.
Yeah. You know what? Before we get too deep off into because I could just
talk
about like, oh, girl,
I'm having a good time.
Look, we got to give the people what they came for.
I know.
Okay, y'all. Look, let me get back to my notes. Yes. Okay. If I was someone that did not take your advice, about trying to budget for the holidays, trying to prepare so that I didn't get into debt, and I got into debt, how do I go about getting out of debt?
Yes, and so getting out of debt is a process. It is not an overnight thing, and that's the thing that we don't see. Going into debt is like that.
Yeah.
Get the loan, sign it, boom, money in your account, then it's gone. Getting out of debt is harder, especially bigger amounts of debt. And when I say bigger amounts of debt, $1,000 is hard for somebody to pay off that don't have it. Okay. $3,000, $5,000, all of those things. But once you get into that place, you have to come up with a strategy to pay that debt off. When you're a strategy that doesn't include you going into more debt, you would have to look at, say, a snowball method to pay off your debt, an avalanche method to pay off your debt. That just means that if I ran up a credit card of, say, $2,000, I'm looking at how soon do I want to pay that $2,000 off? Is it within a year? Is that 12 months? Is it 6 months? Is it 7 months? Whatever it is that your budget allows for, you divide it by that. You start now making those payments. That way you have a start date and an end date that you will pay that off. Say that debt is bigger. You really need to sit down and look at what that debt total looks like from each loan that you have. You need to cut back. What do you need to get rid of? I tell this story all the time. When I went through my divorce 5 years ago, I was robbing Peter to pay Paul because I went from 2 incomes to 1 income. I didn't have the cables. We didn't go out to eat. We didn't do, we ate rice. We ate peanut butter and jelly. We ate cereal. We did what we had to do so that I was able to put more money towards the debt that I was going into because I knew I didn't want that to continue.
Right.
So you really have to face your debt, basically.
And you developed in that process habits, money-saving habits, by trying to do the right thing.
Correct.
And so then after that, and I when you said that, it just reminded me of myself because after I had to sell my house in a short sale back when the housing thing happened, I had to buckle down on everything. Yeah. And I didn't have credit cards, and it took I still don't have a credit card. I look at a credit card as the devil. That's just my personal thing. But fine. Now, based on something that I'm getting ready to do, I gotta have a credit card. Yeah. So I'm hesitant about this credit card and the amount and everything.
Let me tell you a story about that too. And it's disciplining, to each his own. And I understand sometimes we may feel certain ways, but I'll tell you this: in 2015, when I went into all that debt, I used a lot of credit cards to pay for my living after the divorce, right? Got that paid down. 2018, I lost my mother. She was 59 and it was sudden. Had I not had the credit card that I had, I wouldn't have been able to fly me and my kids home, pay for the services and do the things that I needed to do until the life insurance paid that off.
Right.
So
they were necessary.
I absolutely believe, I absolutely believe in having a credit card for emergency use. Right. But you have to have that discipline to know this goes away only if I need it for something that arises, because we don't want to be in a position where we're unable to do something. And if we can have that discipline, you know you have a way that you'll be able to do it. And of course, with planning to be able to pay that balance off if you have to use it in an emergency.
So you bring up a really good point, pointing that out, is that we have to know how money works.
Correct.
So that we can understand how to use it, because it's a tool.
Correct.
And if it takes over us, then if we are not disciplined, then it does get out of control.
Correct.
And especially if our perspective on life is warped, then we're trying to keep up with the Joneses. Right. We're trying to have these Christmases we can't afford. We're trying to impress people that don't matter.
Correct.
And we should not.
I mean, you just hit the nail on the head right there. You can't do those things. And I know a lot of us didn't grow up understanding how money works, how debt works. But everybody listening right now, please know, you don't want to go into debt, because that repayment cycle back can be massive. And we don't want you to have to go through that if you don't have to. So understand, gain a new perspective on how money works from listening to you, podcasts and things of that sort will help everyone in their lives.
Yeah. Okay. All right, you guys. This is really good information. I really, really hope that you all are reconsidering. It's okay to make a new game plan if you had one different before you heard this show. Yep. Especially if you're a lady out there. Y'all know how we are. We could change our mind if we want to.
You sure can.
So don't change your mind. Look at my engineer rolling his eyes. I'm going to deal with you later. But change your mind, change your plan, get a new mindset. Decide that you are going to come out of 2020 with some money in your pocket.
That's
with some money in the bank.
Yeah. And people talk about generational wealth all the time, right? I'm like, how you gonna ever build wealth if you always spending money?
Come on.
I don't, that's not how it works. And I talk about accountability a lot because I don't believe we hear about that enough. It is on you. You are the master of where your dollars go.
Right. Yeah.
That's not on nobody else. Right. I did that in my life before and said, oh, I didn't come from money. My mom didn't set me up. I went through a divorce. I had 2 kids. I did this. I can't blame them. Once I put that accountability back into me, now I can figure out solutions instead of me sitting here thinking about everything that brought me down.
That's good. Some of the wealthiest people I know don't look like they have a thing.
Let me tell you
Can
what.
We start there?
Because they don't have to show it. They don't have to look loud. When I was in the branch, the loudest people had 2 cents in their account. Right. And they was like, let me get one real quick. Right. And the people who had the money, They came in, maybe the same shirt, Hawaiian shirt, or regular just white, black tee, some jeans.
Low key.
Wouldn't even know it.
Yeah.
Drive a regular car.
Yeah.
They don't have to have the loudest car on the street. And I get it. And I don't want anyone to take that, the wrong way. Have the cars, have the things that you want to have, but also balance that with saving.
Right.
Building the wealth for yourself,
Right.
your family, and your future.
It's okay to look good and want to look good. I'll be the first to tell you, I'm gonna be cute every day. You're gonna rarely see, even when I'm going to Walmart and Target.
Yes.
I'm gonna have on my Walmart Target cute,
yes.
So
look, I just said that on my episode. I like to look rich, but I shop cheap. Okay,
that part
I will look all the way good, but
that's the part you will never know. I will carry my Coach bag that if you Google it, it said 500, but I bought it for 24.
That's right.
At the what's the store downtown? The girl.
What?
Oh Lord Jesus. It's a thrift store.
Okay.
Yes.
Thrifting.
A Coach bag for $24.
Let me tell you what. One of my fine friends, she's on there. She had this blazer that was so cute. And she was like, yeah, I got that from the thrift store. There are so many. Y'all need to check out these thrift stores. If you want to save money, y'all need to find everything that you can do. But it starts with researching.
I got an episode on getting the best deals on my Key Matthews page.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Y'all better go check that out because get you some deals.
Yeah,
seriously.
because I'm one of those people that I like to have nice things, but I'm not trying to pay full price for it.
Me neither.
So I'm not going to be out there on Black Friday because the prices are probably going to be hiked. They're artificially.
Some of them are, and I talk about like Black Friday. I have to get new sheets. Like I'm a sheet person. Like I'm a good 1,000 plus or good organic
thread.
Yes.
Oh, you like them?
I gotta. But Walmart has them for $25, 1,200 thread count sheets.
But you
Black
did
Friday.
your homework.
I did my homework.
Yes.
Correct.
So you can't just go out on Black Friday assuming everything is a deal.
Research.
So that's another point. You guys, we gotta go. Holy mackerel. But y'all got to check out Gina's podcast because that's where these nuggets going to continue to flow.
That's right.
I want y'all to continue to follow her.
Check me
We're
out.
We're going to have her back.
All right.
Have her back at the beginning of the year to see how y'all did. We're going to.
I love it.
And then I heard that the phone lines are working. I can't give you the number now because we're about to go. But the next time we bring her back, you guys can make your calls. Thank you guys for watching on Facebook and YouTube and for joining us. Miss Gina, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. This was great. I love it.
You are so welcome. And you guys remember, if you are doing what you were created to do, I will see you at the top. We'll see you next time. Happy Thanksgiving. Oh my gosh.
Oh, good. Yes, girl. I love it.
I just wish we could have had. I wanted to get so much. I wanted to ask you.
No, that's good.
I wanted to talk to her about some more things. You guys, shoot. We're going to go in the parking lot and finish this episode.
We're going to have to. We got to get it finished, okay?
We're
not leaving until we're finished.
I know. Shoot. You know what? You and your secrets. Disney. Disney. Disney probably be a good cheap. Is Disney cheap now?
No, not as cheap. But we went down to it was Hollywood Studios. We were going to go to Disney.
Oh, okay.
It was the Universal Studios or Hollywood Studios.
Okay.
But yeah, we had a good time.
Okay, you guys.
We had fun.
We're gonna come in a little closer so we can do a screenshot. That's gonna go when we pub this. I can pull it in even closer. The studio fix stuff. Oh, I should have had it because her microphone wasn't in it.
Yeah, the mic would have been over there. But it's okay. It's okay. We learning.
I have no idea what is wrong with mic 2.
This guy right there?
Yeah, this is mic 1 up here. Remember, they go in a circle.
Okay, let me see.
Okay.
How can
I pulled it out the way because
does this go straight up or it just stays angled?
No, it can go up.
Okay.
It can go up.
There we go.
That's the good stuff. We find this is the old beat up when we had all the time.
Oh.
This is the good stuff here.
And the good stuff is not working?
This is working. That's
the mic itself.
There's a connection to it. I don't know what it is. They work in this thing forever.
Mm-hmm.
With the connection to it, but the mic itself works.
Are you liking the new?
I'm totally in love with it.
Oh, awesome! I'm happy you're happy.
My God, that's the
all right.
We had to do 4 things before you could have some phone.
Really?
Oh, and now?
You just answer it.
See, that's what I was used to. I was used to that type of board,
Mhm.
like when I had,
Yeah.
Mhm.
What is the board? That one we had was actually from the 80s.
Oh, see,
Oh.
had you been here 30 days ago.
You'd be
Oh,
like,
okay.
oh my God.
Well, I'm glad that they updated it for you. Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't this particular board, but it looked like this. Where we had all the buttons, and I did. Yeah,
Oh, and you
But
were
then-
managing your own?
I had to do my own show.
What?
Once they get to a
Mhm.
certain point, it's kind of the same anyway.
Yeah.
Right? It's just the brand after that.
Yeah. No,
Y'all making me want to. They've offered to teach me how to do the
you
board.
should.
I'm so bougie. I'm like, no.
It's not a lot. It's not a lot at all.
Like, no.
You can do it. You can do it.
No, if it came down to it, I would.
And you
I would.
and you
I
would
think I like the idea of having somebody else do, because I'm really like doing so many other things.
Yeah.
And
No,
I feel like
understand.
this would have to be one more thing.
Oh,
for
I
me to-
understand. That's why I have my sister on Fridays. That's the people I have here, right?
Mhm.
So I'm answering the phone. Because, some of those people's shows are programmed. Mine isn't.
Mhm.
Every song I'm actually literally putting
Oh,
in
you're
there.
putting in.
And I'm
Yeah.
going from this to my
So you need
to
to be
my
focused on that.
Yeah.
pad.
Yeah.
And so, man, I be like, so I'm trying to, and I'm a flow person,
Yeah.
right? So I like my music to flow.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be bothered with all that they be talking
In
about.
true
man.
DJ form.
Yeah, that's it. Well,
Yeah.
I started
I love it.
well, I'm older, much older than you. But I started a long time ago.
Okay. No, I work with DJs, and that's as we used to call them, DJs, but personalities that would do it that way, and
Yeah.
they would put their own music in and everything, and we respected it.
Because you know what? That's the difference from a personality and a
Mm-hmm.
DJ.
Yeah.
A DJ understands flow.
Mm-hmm.
Personality just go, I think this was in the top 10, and they'll play it.
Mm-hmm.
But a DJ understands flow. It's got to flow from one song to the next.
And to create the vibe, so that way it flows. Mm-hmm. I love it.
So that's how you find the best of the best. You find a personality that DJ first,
Uh-huh.
you're good to go.
Yeah.
Everything else is just they learn how to talk.
Good job.
Yeah.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, Risha. I pray that's my
I
girl.
love this show.
That's
I
my
listen
girl.
as much as possible. Keep up the great work. Miss
Aw.
Teresa, thank you. Thank you for tuning in.
Yes.
Thank you all. We're going to do a little screenshot vibe here.
You know what I would think would kill you more than the board? The equipment.
Can I take this picture
Yes,
before you?
ma'am. I saw you. I ain't scared of you.
He said he gonna sock me, y'all. Spoken like a big brother. And when they say I'm gonna sock you,
That's what he means.
yes.
That's
So
what he mean.
look, so I'm gonna back up a little bit.
Ah.
Okay, so just lean in a little
Okay.
bit, and we're gonna do just a couple poses. Now I'm laughing at the sock. You better not hit me.
I said I would.
You said I'm gonna sock you like.
I said I would suck.
I believe that, man.
And I would.
You know what?
Like I ain't said if I didn't believe it.
Right?
If I wasn't gonna do it. That's right. If I said it, I'm doing it.
So I'm putting the alarm off first. Then you were aware that I would.
I'm gonna do it.
I've been warned. He warned me. Okay, you guys, we're about to check out. I think I got enough footage for us to do a screenshot. And we'll see y'all next week.
All right.
Happy Thanksgiving,
Happy
everybody.
Thanksgiving to everyone. Bye.
Bye. It was fun.